Hello, good evening.
Good evening, madam.
Hari. Okay, as usual, shall we wait for some more minutes? Because all the students are not here at the moment, only 4 students are here. We'll wait for another 2-3 minutes. Meanwhile, you just tell me what we did last. Any idea? As I can remember, it is something like education as a social subsystem. Did we do a classification of agencies of education, formal and informal, schools as agents of education, home as an agency of education, role of education as an instrument, social change, non-formal agencies. Okay, anyway, let me share you the slide. Then you can tell where we stop. Yeah, let me check it. Okay, let me share it with you all. Then you can tell me where we stop. It does not indicate here actually sources of rights of it. Okay, let me, I have already opened it. Yeah, wait. To sources of human rights, no, education as a social subsystem. Okay, let me share until others join. Now it is here. Okay, so here you just pay your attention to this and tell me whether this is the stuff that we finally doing and where we stop in this topic. Yes? Any idea?
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes?
We have completed this PDF and
Okay, very good. We have already completed this. Fine. So now
we,
we'll go to the next topic. Okay, that's what I wanted to know.
in last class we have started the next topic and we stopped at characteristics of human rights. The first thing we discussed. The second point is to be discussed.
Okay. Yeah, wait. I will share that one.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah, wait. Okay, I suppose this is what we started. Yeah, here. Okay, is this the one? Ah, no, not this one. Yeah, wait, that also we have to do. It's not the one. Human rights education. Okay. Okay, now tell me whether this is the stuff we started. Here, human rights education. I suppose this is the stuff. Ah, okay. Honey. So, honey, means this is not the stuff.
This is the PDF, ma'am.
Sorry?
This is the PDF PPT. I mean,
Ma'am, the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. From there only we have to do from today.
Here, in this one.
Yeah.
Honey, okay. Hari. Okay. Here, okay, fine. Hari, characteristics of human rights. That's what you told, okay? So here, human rights, they are having some common characteristics. One is human rights are universal. Okay, did we discuss this one? And if not, I will start here only. Yeah, simply read it once. Okay, so here, human rights are universal. So the meaning there is actually the human rights are inherent to all. Inherent in the sense when human beings are born to this world, they inherit human rights. The only qualification is to claim for human rights is actually being a human being. So, being a human being is sufficient to enjoy human rights. And the factors such as nationality, ethnicity, religion, gender, they all are irrelevant when it comes to human rights. Okay? So then once again, human rights are universal because everyone is born with the possesses the same rights. Okay, so whether the person was born in Sri Lanka, India, Canada, Afghanistan, wherever it is, all are having same human rights, irrespective of their gender, race, religion, culture, or ethnic background. So human rights are universal. Okay, we'll see next. Here. Is this message? Okay, so here you can understand the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. Okay, it's a very important document. That is acronym is UDHR, Universal Declaration of Human Rights, and this was adopted by the United Nations General Assembly in 1948. Okay, so the year that we got independence to our country, Sri Lanka. Okay, in 1948, the General Assembly of United Nations, they adopted this Universal Declaration of Human Rights, and it's a key document that underscored the universality of human rights. So it highlights the universality of human rights. Okay, so in this document, Article 1, okay, in this document, Article 1, it says all human beings are born free and equal in dignity and rights. Okay, you can understand the meaning. All human beings are born free and equal in dignity and rights. They are not a monopoly of any privileged class of people. Okay, so then with the uh, privileged class, that means rich people, they don't claim, they don't have a monopoly. Monopoly means in Sinhala we call ekadhikaritya for human rights. They are universal in nature without consideration and without exceptions. So there are no considerations or exceptions. All are having them equally. Okay. Okay, the first characteristic is human rights are universal. The second one is this. Okay, so this one is also similar to what we discussed earlier actually. First we discussed human rights are having the characteristic of universality. So here the meaning is human rights are inherent. Okay, that means no one can get it from persons. It is inherent. Okay, so then inherent, the simple meaning of inherent is human beings get it by birth. The only qualification is to claim for human rights, as I already told you, to be a human being. Being a human being, you inherit human rights. And then the government cannot confer, they cannot take human rights. The authority or external entity, no one can take or grab or by force take human rights. Thus, the idea is that human rights are a part of the inherent dignity and worth of every person, and they are not contingent upon factors such as nationality, race, gender. Yeah. That means the human rights are common to all human beings. The factors such as nationality, race, gender, religion, they are nothing in front of human rights. And they will not affect human rights. In other words, they are inherent. Next characteristic is this. Okay, read. Okay. Human rights are fundamental. Okay. Human rights are grounded in the inherent dignity of every individual. Okay. So sometimes you may feel these are same. Yes, that's correct. All these things are same. But you need to mention these wordings as characteristics. For an example, human rights are universal. Okay, that is one. And then human rights are inherent. Human rights are fundamental, but all these words, universality, fundamental, inherent, they are interconnected actually. That is why we see the same stuff again and again. Okay, so then the meaning of fundamental human rights. That's how we say in Sinhala we call Moolika, fundamental human rights. Human rights are grounded in the inherent dignity of every individual. They acknowledge that each person possesses an intrinsic worth by virtue of being human. You know it now. Okay, we'll go to the next one. Human rights are imprescriptible. See, understand what it is. Okay, so here human rights are imprescriptible. So what is the meaning there? That means these rights cannot be taken away actually. So human rights cannot be grabbed or cannot be taken away. Idea that these rights are not subject to prescription or expiration over time. So then when we take certain items, there is an expire day for them. When we think of a drink, we check expiry date. But when we think about human rights, they do not expire. In other words, human rights are considered enduring and timeless. So there is no time bound. That means human rights are timeless. Okay, so then certain rights are inherent to human beings and cannot be forfeited. That means cannot be removed, cannot be taken or extinguished by the passage of time. Changes in circumstances or any other factors. Okay, there are no factors which can take away human rights. Okay, so I am having my human rights, you cannot take them. And your human rights, I cannot take. And next. Okay, read and understand. Okay, human rights are inalienable. That means they cannot be entrusted on others. In Sinhala, we call Pavariya Noheka or else Ansatukala Noheka. I don't know whether you can understand it. Okay, so here, my rights cannot be given to you. Your rights cannot be given to me. It's like that. Rights are inherent to individuals and cannot be surrendered, transferred, or relinquished under any circumstances. Relinquished means cannot be destroyed. Uh, Inalienable rights are considered an essential part of person's humanity, and individuals possess them by virtue of being human, that we already know. But there are certain occasions where human rights are taken from persons or limited. For an example, when a person was uh, named or caught for being guilty, okay, maybe things like murdering. Okay, murderer, for an example, right to liberty may be restricted if a person is found guilty of a crime by a court of law. For an example, prisoners, those who are in prison, actually, they don't have human rights. Their human rights have been limited because they can't go out, they can't meet whatever, whoever they want. Human rights are conferred to an individual if even after his death. The different rituals in different religions bear testimony of this fact. Okay, some human rights, they are there even after death. If I give you an example, normally these Muslim people, they don't cremate their dead bodies. Okay, so a dead Muslim person is having a right to be buried actually. Okay, so during COVID, thinking about health issues, actually even it was decided to cremate dead bodies. So, but the Muslim people, they were against it because their right is to bury their dead bodies. So, as I can remember at last, even the World Health Organization and even UN, that was accepted. Okay, some human rights are conferred to an individual even after his death. Okay, I hope it is clear to you. Next. Okay, human rights are indivisible. That means human rights cannot be divided. Okay, they cannot be denied even when other rights have already been enjoyed. Okay, so then irrespective of their relation with civil, cultural, economic, political or social issues, human rights are inherent to the dignity of every human person. Okay, human rights are common to all. They have equal status and cannot be positioned in a hierarchical order. Okay, something like that rich people are having more rights, the middle class people are having the highest rights. Next, the poor people are having the lowest right. Just like that, human rights cannot be put in hierarchical order. Thus, the rights of everyone to an adequate standard of living, say, cannot be compromised at the expense of other rights. Okay, so all are having all rights equally. Okay, so there's no hierarchical order there. When we are enjoying some other rights, other people can say, as you are enjoying these rights should not be with you. No, human beings are having all human rights. Next. Okay, human rights are dynamic. The meaning there is actually the human rights can be evolved. Normally, human rights evolve and can be adapted, and they can be adapted to the changing needs and values and challenges of societies over time. Okay, the human rights which existed in the past, they were according to that society, but considering the present society, new the human rights can be adjusted with the modern development, the computer, internet, email. There are some other rights actually. The dynamic nature of human rights recognizes that the understanding of these rights can expand. New rights may emerge, and interpretations may evolve as societies progress and face new circumstances. It's a known factor. When society is changing, human rights also should be altered and they should change, and new human rights should come. Okay, those things. Okay. So, what are the characteristics we spoke? We spoke about 7 characteristics. We'll discuss them. Human rights are universal. That is one. You can go for a summary actually. That is one. Human rights are universal. And the second one is human rights are inherent. Third, human rights are fundamental. Fourth, human rights are imprescriptible. Then human rights are inalienable. Human rights are indivisible. The last one we discuss is human rights are dynamic. So those are the basic characteristics of human rights. If you have questions, you can ask. Okay, if you have no doubts, we can proceed. Types of human rights. That's what we are going to study now. Okay. Types of human rights. So 30 human rights according to UDHR, Universal Declaration of Human Rights by United Nations, signed in Paris on 10th December 1948. But now it's not that, it's more than that. Okay, in 1948, they signed for 30 human rights. Types of human rights, all human beings are free and equal. So that is one right. All human beings are born free and equal in dignity and rights. They are endowed with reason and conscience and should act towards one another in a spirit of brotherhood. Okay, so all people are having uh, rights for freedom and free and equal rights. And in that sense, they should act in a spirit of brotherhood. That is one human rights. Okay, next. Okay, if you finish reading, I will explain. No discrimination. Everyone is entitled to all the rights and freedoms without distinction of any kind. We already discussed these things such as race, color, sex, language, religion, political or other opinion. There are many more. So there are no distinction shall be made on the basis of political, jurisdictional or international status of the country. Okay, that means all the rights are equal and they should not be discriminated. No discrimination. Human rights are same for all. That means region wise, sex wise. If I explain it in simple way, you can't say human rights of male is more important than human rights of women. That is a discrimination. If it is like that, it's a discrimination. Then it is not like that. Human rights, whether you are a male or a female, both are at equal position. They should not be discriminated, and they cannot be discriminated. Hari, okay. The second one, no discrimination. Right to life. Everyone has the right to life, liberty, and security of person. Okay, so everyone has the right to life. All the people in this earth, they have right to live. They have right for liberty, freedom, and they have right for security. Okay, so then, before 1948, many years before, slavery existed in this world. You know what slavery? The human beings, they were used as animals for slavery. So these slaves were considered as animals actually. People thought that slaves, they were not having human rights. They were completely wrong actually. But now, according to this United Nations proclamation, uh, all are having right to life, liberty, and security. Okay, next one. Yes, I already mentioned it, but you see. Okay. No slavery. I was talking about you slavery. No one shall be held in slavery or servitude. Slavery and the slave trade shall be prohibited in all their forms. Actually, the leader who abolished slavery, it was 14th President of America, Abraham Lincoln. Okay, so uh, that was before this United Nations, they thought of it actually. But anyhow, now no slavery. All human beings are having right not to be a slave. No torture and inhuman treatment. Okay, so no one should be subjected to torture or to cruel, inhuman or degrading treatments or punishment. And same right to use law. In front of law, everybody should be same. But there is a question, we don't know practically how far these things are happening. That is something else. Next. Okay, both are same right to use law. Everyone has the right to recognition everywhere as a person before the law. Okay, so every person is having a right for the law. Hari, next. Okay, equal before the law. All are equal before the law and are entitled without any discrimination to equal protection of the law. Okay, so in front of law, everyone is same. So even the statue, the symbol of law. So there is a woman whose eyes are closed and she is having a scale. So closing her eyes, bounding her eyes, it shows that she is equal to everybody. She does not have biases of favoration. All are entitled to equal protection against any discrimination in violation and against any incitement to such discrimination. Okay, at the same time, right to treated fairly by court. Okay, so at the court, everyone has the right to an effective remedy by the competent national tribunal, act violating the fundamental rights granted him by the constitution or by law. So at the court, everyone should be treated fairly, even the culprit and the accused and the complaint, the person both, they should be treated equally. These are some known factors actually. Okay. No unfair detainment. Detainments means keep under official custody. In Sinhala we call Balen Radava Taba Gannawa. That is. No one shall be subjected to arbitrary arrest, detention, or exile. So no one can be kept under official custody by force. And right to trial. Everyone is entitled in full equality to a fair and public hearing by an independent and impartial tribunal in the determination of his rights. Okay, so the trial, Nadu Vibhagya. So everyone is having right for that. Next. At least know these things. Okay, this one, innocent until proved guilty. So even a guilty person is considered innocent until he is proven to be guilty. Okay, so that is a right actually. And then right to privacy. So no one shall be subjected to arbitrary interference with his privacy, family, home, or correspondence. Okay, so the privacy is highly protected in European countries or foreign countries because of the media today in countries like Sri Lanka. No one is having a privacy, but in foreign countries actually the privacy is highly protected. Here, next. Hari, okay. Freedom to movement and residence. Here you can see everyone has the right to leave any country, including his country, and to return to his country. Okay, they are rights actually. And right to asylum. You might have heard of this. So everyone has the right to seek and enjoy in in other countries asylum from persecution. That means this a very good example for this asylum is some people uh, stay in other countries due to this as a right actual. That means they say in their country they don't have a protection. So they are not having protection due to politics. And for an example, most of Sri Lankan Tamils actually during that time they got citizenships in UK, Canada, and they are conditioned actually. They got citizenships under asylum. Okay, that means they are telling if they stay in Sri Lanka, they always subjected to political crimes. Okay, that is asylum, right to asylum. So if you do not have protection in your country, you have a right to go to and live in another country with protection. Hi, next. Yeah, okay, we'll see. Right to nationality. Everyone has the right to a nationality. So then Everyone belongs to a particular nationality. In Sri Lanka, Sinhalese, Tamil, Muslim, just like that. No one shall be arbitrarily deprived of his nationality. Okay, no one can remove you from your nationality. Nationality is also something that we get by birth. No deny the right to change his nationality. If you need to change it, there is a right for that also. Rights to marry and have family. You can understand, no need of explaining. Okay, so everyone is having rights to marry and have a family. We quickly will do these things here. Somebody has to switch off the microphone. We can hear what you are talking actually. I cannot mute your microphone, but you be on alert whether your talking is disturbing to other students. Nafila Taslim, could you please mute your microphone? Nafila Taslim, your microphone is on so we can hear what you are talking. Nafila? Yeah, see how insensibly you are acting. Nafila Taslim, your microphone is on. Shall we do? Very, very irresponsible students actually. They don't care what they are doing. You see, because of one student, all are suffering. Hari, okay. Right to own things. So everyone has the right to own property alone as well as in association with others. Okay. So everyone can have property on things. Freedom of thought and religion. Everyone has the right to freedom of thought, conscience, and religion. And this right includes freedom to change his religion or belief and freedom, either alone or in a community with others. Okay, if we have a right to freedom and also to religion, but if we want, if a person needs, there is right to change his religion also, and that can be individual change or a group change. Okay, next. Okay. Freedom of opinion and expressions. Everyone is having freedom to have an opinion according to himself or herself. And also everyone has a right to express opinions and right to assemble. That also we know, these are some of these things we know actually. Everyone has the right to freedom of peaceful assembly. Samakami Varasad, that's how we have heard of it. An association. No one may be compelled to belong to an association. Hari, okay, next. Okay, right to democracy. So that is also a human right. Everyone has the right to take part in the government of his country. And right to social security. Everyone as a member of society has the right to social security. Yeah, quickly we'll do these things. And there are 30 rights actually. Rights to work, right to rest and holiday. I hope you can understand that also. Right to work, right to rest and holiday, and right of social service. Okay, just simply read that. And right of social service. So everyone has the right to a standard of living adequate for the health and well-being of himself and of his family, including food, clothing, housing, medical care, and so on. And so 26 and 27. Okay, right to education. So that is a known fact. Every person is having a right for education and right of cultural and art. Everyone has the right to participate freely in cultural life of the community, to enjoy the arts and to share in scientific advancement and benefits. Okay, all these things you can leisurely read them and understand. 28 and 29. Okay, freedom around the world. So then there are 30 human rights which were recognized internationally by UN. So everyone is entitled to a social and international order in which the rights and freedoms set forth in this declaration. And then everyone has duty subject to law. Everyone has duties to the community in which alone the free and full development of his personality is possible. So in the exercise of his rights and freedom, everyone shall be subjected only to such limitations as are determined by law. Yeah. So everyone's freedom is determined by the law. And don't know whether you have heard there is a saying, the my freedom to wag the walking stick in my hand will end at the tip of the nose of the other person. Some of you might have heard. So we have a freedom, but our freedom should not limit someone else's freedom. Okay, the last one. Human rights can't be taken away. So that is another right actually. Nothing in this declaration uh, may be interpreted as implied for any state, group or person in right to engage in any activity or perform any act. Okay. Yeah, that's the thing. And destruction of any of the rights and freedoms set forth herein. So no one can destroy these rights. Okay, so you got to know about 30 rights mentioned in this UN, United Nations organization. Okay, so here, Universal Declaration of Human Rights, UDHR. So there are 30 human rights which were mentioned in 1948. So that's what we discuss now. Hari, okay. If you have any questions, you can ask. And these are very informative topics, actually, this subject. Okay. So we'll see whether we can have the another one. Hi, okay. Next one. Wait. Okay, let me share the other one. Right to social security. Hari, okay, that's what we did. And, this is the next one. I feel we did not do this. If we have done, you just remind me. Yes, this one. Okay, we'll do that also. Here. Sources of human rights, child rights. I am doing what is there in the syllabus. Okay, did we do these things? Sources of human rights and child rights.
No, ma'am.
Hi, okay,
No.
we'll start doing it. And you don't have this one also. Ne? Let me upload it first. That is sources of human rights. Okay, let me do that. Okay, let me share it with you. I will put it into your chat box. Okay, check whether you got it. Okay, now only I shared it. Okay, check whether you got it. Sources of human rights, child rights.
Yes, ma'am. We got it.
Hari, okay, okay.
Thank you.
Okay, sources of human rights. Okay, I am not explaining them because you know these the qualities of human rights. Okay, they are inherent to all human beings, irrespective of or else regardless of race, sex, nationality, ethnicity, language, all these things. They are universal, and we discuss all these things. The sources of human rights now we'll see. Okay. Okay, philosophical and moral sources. So earlier we got to know 30 human rights indicated in by United Nations organization. Even before that, there are some sources for human rights actually. Some sources were philosophical and moral sources. For an example, natural law. And normally we say all these law, they are secondary to natural law. This natural law is an ancient concept, and then even by natural law, it is believed that rights are inherent in human nature. And also they can be understood through reasons. And there are philosophers like John Locke, and he argued natural rights to life, liberty, and property. So they were heavily influenced by development of human rights. And these rights, which were highlighted in natural law, they with the development of human rights, they also came into papers actually. And then there are some religious and ethical traditions. And all the religions, maybe Buddhism, Islam, Christianity, and they have ethical system. And they emphasize principles of compassion, dignity, and the inherent worth of every individual. Okay, that means through religion also, foundation is laid for human rights. And then social contract theory. Okay, thinkers like Rousseau argued that governments derive their legitimacy from protecting the rights and freedom of individuals with the society. There are some theories actually. From those theories also they highlight the importance of human rights. Okay, one source is philosophical and moral sources. See the next one. Then what we discuss actually. International legal instrument. So from international legal instruments like UDHR, Universal Declaration of Human Rights, what we discuss, an International Convent on Civil and Political Rights, ICCPR, International Convent of Economic, Social and Cultural Rights. Okay, from all these things, human rights are highlighted, international legal instruments. Okay, next. National legal instrument. See, national legal system, the constitutions, national, that is country wise actually. So many national constitutions, even Sri Lankan constitution, they highlight human rights, freedom, and it provides domestic legal basis for their protection. And legislation, parliaments enact laws that further define and protect human rights. So there are laws created in the parliament. They are coming under legislation. And then judicial decisions, the decisions taken at the court. Okay, all these things highlight human rights actually. Next, other sources. Other sources, declarations, resolutions, recommendations of international organizations. Okay, from those things also human rights are protected. And soft law. This includes non-binding instruments, guidelines, and principles that can influence the development and interpretation of human rights. They are not actually very rigid laws, but they also give guidelines and principles. And then academic writing and experts' opinion. So the work of scholars, educated persons, human rights experts, okay, they also contribute to human rights. Let me check how many slides are there. I don't know whether we can complete. Okay, anyway, we'll see. Okay, child rights. So now from human rights, we are moving towards child rights. Child rights are fundamental entitlements designed to protect and nurture individuals from birth until they reach adulthood. Because at least, I mean, the adults, they are aware of their rights, but small kids, children, they are not aware of their rights. So therefore, very rigid rules should be there for their rights. These rights are grounded in the recognition that children, due to their physical and developmental immaturity, require special care and safeguard. That's what I told. They are very small, immature. They have no idea about their rights. So there should be very rigid rules to protect their rights. Okay, so there are many more slides actually. Many more in the sense some I don't think we can complete it. It will take some more time and we'll continue this next week. I don't know. And I have planned to discuss one more topic and past papers, how your papers appear at the exam. Okay, shall we wind up the session with this?
Okay, madam.
Okay, madam.
I hope you got this these slides. I shared it with you all.
Yes, madam.
Okay, then good night and we'll meet again.
Good night, madam.
Okay,
Thank you.
Thank you.
welcome.
Thank you, madam. Good night, madam.